Howdy y'all, welcome to Fer Friday number 143. I'm Bunny Barnes. I was trying to give it an extra little minute there so that Slim could finish his live stream. I keep telling him he should do it at 3 o'clock. You know, it'd give him a whole hour. He could do a whole hour show. And here I am doing School Days and Slim's doing Grateful Dead. Yeah, rockin'. Anyway, that was School Days, Coming to the Room music. I thought, it's September, and this is like the 14th year, I think, now that I haven't gone back to school. It's kind of nice. That was written by Gus Edwards and Will Cobb in 1907. And it was actually written from the viewpoint of an elderly couple looking back on their days in school. And it was featured in their first Broadway vaudeville show. Yeah, of the same name, School Days. So I know that Ron Scott Merrick is the first person in the room saying break a string. Thank you, Rhonda. And followed closely by Carol Bread. And Ken Nashif, just saw you. And I see Slim was winding up. I hope, he should be here soon. And that's who Joe Owers, thanks for coming. East Side, West Side. Yeah. Well, I do that one too. Another show, maybe next week. And Tom Dietz made it over, just over from Slim's show. Yeah, we got to convince him to do a 3 o'clock show, and that way he can have more time. Clunk, y'all. I should say cloink. And Johnson Hogg made it all the way from France. Thank you for coming over all that way. Tom Gillum, thanks. It's good to see you. There you go. It does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? Stevie Coyle is also on at 3 o'clock, but he just does a little thing about selling guitars. So I think it would be fine, You made it, Slim. Good to see you. It was a good show. You need to rethink that. Hey, bro, how you doing? My brother Mark's here. And Joe Wilcox made it. Hey, Kathleen. How you doing? Appreciate it coming. Hey, Mike Burbick. Cloink, yep. Thanks, Joe Wilcox. Hey, y'all. I so appreciate you being here. So, we got another 3 days, and it's going to be fall. And I thought I had to do my fall tunes this time. So this first tune was written by Joni Mitchell, but the first one to record it was Tom Rush in 1967. Joni's version was recorded on her Blue album, but was left off the album and not released until 1972 as the B-side of the single You Turn Me On the Radio. It was the first song to achieve commercial success, recorded by George Hamilton IV. Also recorded by Dave Van Ronk, Crosby and Nash, and my version is probably a cross between Tom's version and Joni's version. Hey Cliff, how you doing? Cliff Weaver's here. Lydia made it. Wow, good to see you. Thanks. And David McDonald all the way from across the pond. I so appreciate you coming all that way. My friend Sally, who passed away shortly after Stephen last year, always loved this tune, and I played it at her celebration of life. And her birthday was just a couple days ago, and so I'll play this in her memory. Here's Urge for Going. Birds for Going. Pretty song, isn't it? Yeah, really like that one. I wonder who I missed here. I saw some people coming in. I know John Montanez came in all the way from the West Coast. Pacific Grove. It's so beautiful out there. Wow. Yeah, I think you might have to do another Let's Play Dead thing. Part 2. Get them all in there. Struggling to get the volume. How's the volume out there, guys? I don't know. Do I need to pump it up more? Let me know. I'll take a look. Who else did I miss? Dave Mason, all the way from across the pond with David McDonald. Thank you. And on YouTube, we have Samson. Samson, good to see you as well. Thanks for joining me. I hope maybe I can rock you to sleep. I got some pretty neat slow songs here. Yeah. Hey, Robin Gray. Good to see you as well. Thank you very much for the kind comments. I will read them after this is over. Hey, Michael Tierson. Thanks for coming over. Appreciate it. Always good to see you. Volume's okay there. Okay, then. I won't worry about it. Pump it up, Lydia. Yeah. Alrighty. Hey, Christine Taylor. Good to see you. Always good to see you, girl. So, I'd like to do this next tune. I've been kind of feeling very fragile lately. You know, anybody who says the second year is easier is out of their minds. And I wanted to do this one. It was written by Glenn Frey and Don Henley, 1972. Henley started writing it in 1968 in the style of old songs by Stephen Foster. And Stephen's mom actually named him after Stephen Foster. So that's why I thought about this tune. It topped the Billboard charts 100 chart in 1973 for Linda Ronstadt, whom I thought originally wrote this song, and I was sorely wrong. It's been covered by the Carpenters, Kenny Rogers, Judy Collins, Diana Krall. Billboard ranked it the second most popular Eagles song. You know, I was on a gig once at the Bucks County Brewery, and I said to the gang that was there, anybody like the Eagles? And they said, oh yeah, we love the Eagles. So I started. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. And the crowd went mild. I went, oh, you meant the other Eagles. There we go. So, anyway, I got some other people coming in here. Let me look. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you here. And John Kerwin, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that your knees hurt. Yeah, no doubt. I have that all the time. I have copyright strikes on YouTube, so, but they do let it through usually. They just mark it as being copywritten by them, and that's fine. They deserve all the credit in the world because it's one of the most beautiful songs ever, and I have paid for the license to record this. So, this was on the second Eagles album, Old West. The last song the Eagles performed together while Glenn Frey was still alive, and in 2015. And it is a tune from my CD, and one of Stephen's favorite. be doing this. Hold on. My honey. I miss him, yeah, I do. Let me go back and see who I missed. I really want to read all these comments. Oh my gosh. Right, I'm sorry, John. Yeah, 49ers, I know. Stephen was a big 49ers fan. I have to tell you that. Also, Kansas City. So, yeah, he was all over the map. There's somebody here whose name is My Knees Hurt on YouTube. He's telling me about the copyright. That was the My Knees Hurt comment, John. Yeah, I miss him a lot, Carol. Thanks so much for the comments. I will read them when I get done, and I promise I will comment on each one. Hey, Erica! Good to see you. Thanks so much. I miss you, girl. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So it is that time when I encourage you to share the stream. Say hi to my invisible friends. There are certain people who are invisible to my platform, Ecamm. And as many as I know is Bob Salzberg, Craig Petron, Daryl Anderson, Michelle Whiteman, Joe Wilcox, Jane Walco, and Joel Bichet. If I don't call out your name, it means you could be invisible, and let me know. I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook, my knees. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Ain't that the truth? It is part of going around the sun so many times. His trips around the sun were up. Shouldn't have been, but he was. Anyway, I want to encourage you to share it. As I said, the schedule. Helen and Dave were not on last night because they are at Winfield at the Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, Kansas. And David Falcone was on, but I was at PT, so I just shared them. These are both shared to my stream. I shared Raleigh last Wednesday, so you can go back and find him. I didn't find Stevie Coyle today, but I did find Slim. He did a Grateful Dead set, so that was a lot of fun. And Meredith and Craig will be on Saturday night, 11 p.m. Yes, bro. Got it in Arizona, not Mexico. You mentioned the glass, yeah. And let's see, who else? Meredith Craig Saturday night, Raleigh Brown Sunday with his All Request show at 10:30 a.m. Muriel Anderson always live, 7 p.m. on Monday night. These are all Eastern times. And then don't forget Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Cook on Tuesday morning at 10:30. I usually catch a little bit of them and try to share them if I can. And thanks to Carl Brownfield for sharing me on the Carl Shop Show, playing my tunes. If you're into good old roots music, he does a great 2-hour show called The Carl Shop Show on kgfn.org. Go check him out. He's a really, really great show. A lot of comedy and country and folk and some great picking. Yep. And Rusty and Jan also on the Philly folk scene. Thanks to them for promoting myself and a lot of other artists on WPPM radio, phillycam.org. Check them out. That's Thursday afternoon. My schedule. I will be at the Upper Perkiomen Valley Library tomorrow. It's a fundraiser for the library, so it is $100, but I'll be playing from, it's Oktoberfest, so they'll have German foods and beer, and I'll be playing from noon to 2. And yes, I have to throw in some German tunes. They'll all be instrumental, but I'll be doing that. Du liegst mir im Herzen and Die Lorelei. A couple of those I'll throw in. And then Sunday it's free. Penn Ridge Gallery of the Arts. It's in Sellersville, and there are a lot of really great artisans there, and music in I think 4 different spots in Sellersville. And I will be at Green Street and Main at the end. So hey, Raleigh Brown, if you come right down that street, I'll be the first act you run into. You're not far from there, I know that. Hope to see you. That's what it'll be, a main and greet. That's from 3:30 till 5 on Sunday. And then Piccolo Trattoria is Saturday the 27th from 6 to 9. That's in Newtown, Piccolo. And Crossing Vineyards and Winery is Sunday the 28th and October 5th from 2 to 6. I don't know if I'll be here next week. I have a friend coming in from Arizona, and we're going to spend some sister time. So I'm not sure when she's leaving, so I don't know if I'll be here or not. Check my webpage. If not, I will definitely be back the following Friday. So check my Facebook page and all the usual pages that I post to, all the groups that I post to. And then tell you about the QR code. Takes you to my CD where you can find Desperado. My CD. It also takes you to a link to Bandcamp where you can download my CD. It Goes Like It Goes. It won Album of the Year from the National Thumb Pickers Hall of Fame, I'm proud to say. And the website, well, you can find all those appearances that I just rambled off that nobody can follow. Right here, click on the Appearance tab. And down here, we have a UPC code that will take you to Venmo. And also the links for Venmo and PayPal. Never expected, but always very appreciated. I want to thank Peter for my new light ring. Usually I'm kind of like in half silhouette because I have a light over here. It's the only light I have in this room, and so like this side is lit and that side's not. But now I have a ring. Thank you, Peter. So I appreciate it, but it's never expected. Moving right along. This is a tune. I've played a lot of Richard Saslow in the past. Richard Saslow wrote a book called The Art of Ragtime Guitar back in the 70s. And I learned it to teach to my students. A couple weeks ago I did Ragtime Ramble and Dadalada. And I was out at Rocky Mountain Guitar Camp, and my friend Jacques did this tune. And he played it well, but it was a little, the arrangement was different than the composer intended. And I know that because that book came with a little 45 record. Actually, I think it was a 78, but a little vinyl record that you could play on your record player. You remember those. And you could hear what the song sounded like. So I didn't say anything to Jacques at the time, but it made me realize I haven't played this song for 20 years. I thought, you know what? I should resurrect that tune. And so the other day I just thought, let's get that out and see if I can still do it. It's got a heck of a run in it that I tend to miss 50% of the time, but it'll be a challenge. Richard Saslow rewrote this book and calls it now The New Art of Ragtime Guitar, and it's digitalized. And it also has a new composition in it. Richard has a site called AcousticTruth.com, AcousticTruth, AcousticTruth.com, and he's written another book called The Intentional Guitarist, and on his site he has videos of himself playing these tunes. I'm actually on his site playing rag picking. It's quite an honor for him to use my recording of that, and he's really, really fine. So go check him out, AcousticTruth.com. This is the tune that Jacques played at Rocky Mountain Guitar Camp, called Coney Island Cakewalk. Can't wait to hear it myself. Coney Island Cakewalk. It's a fun rag. I gotta keep working on that one. That's a toughie. Thanks. What am I missing? Hey, Joe Cat. Good to see you. I hope this is therapeutic for you. Thanks, Rhonda. I appreciate that. You know I do. I will respond to all these comments after the show, because if I start reading them now, we'll never get done this show. No, it's a standard tuning, John. The only other tuning I will use is a drop D. I can't take the time on gigs to keep switching tunings. People don't want to hear that, really. So the only thing I do is a drop D or standard. There you go. Alrighty. I'll get back. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Okay then. Moving right along. Joe, just thinking about you. Okay. This, it is, as I said, it is autumn, and I wanted to do this tune by Joseph Cosma with the original lyrics by Jacques Prévert in French. I'm probably saying the French things all wrong. Johnny Mercer later wrote this in English. Let's do a little Name That Tune in there. I know some of you know what it is. The pianist Roger Williams brought it to number 1 on the Billboard charts as an instrumental in 1955. I was 4 years old. The first commercial recording was released in 1950 by Yves Montand. Joe Stafford made the first English language recording in 1950 in July, and it was recorded by many artists, including Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Doris Day, Frank Sinatra, and instrumentally by Stan Getz, Duke Ellington, Miles Davis, and Vince Guaraldi of Christmas Time Is Here fame. The original title was Les Feuilles Mortes, which means literally the dead leaves. So we're really glad that when Johnny Mercer wrote the English lyrics, that he gave it, Rhonda got it, yep, Carol got it too, that he named it Autumn Leaves. Autumn leaves. Thanks. Thank you so much. Hey, Keith Berry. Howdy, neighbor. Good to see you. Aw, thanks. You're so sweet. I really appreciate that. And thank you for all the work you've done around my place. Keith does all this planting for me and just put it my mum's in. I bought him and he put him in. I can't ask for a better neighbor. Yeah, thanks, guys. Letting the guitar be my voice heals my soul. And that I hope that my music makes you happy. Please stay safe out there. I did just get my COVID shot. Knocked out my arm for a couple of days, I'll tell you that. But I think it's still around, and I do think that the shots help. I think that it's lessened when I have gotten COVID, that it's lessened the bout that I had. So stay safe out there. I'm going to go off to Nashville soon. I'll let you know more about that in the next live. And I so appreciate you coming today. Love you all. Bye. Thanks for coming. Means the world to me.